Hey, it's your local fish keeper Sabrina. Happy New Year! I can't believe it's already 2021. 2020 went by really fast. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I, for one, kept myself pretty occupied and busy since prior to the holidays. My fish room is going through a lot of changes, so I wish to bring you along with me throughout this new chapter. Let's start with the first tank I'm working on. This tank is for Calcifer, my potato puffer, or my Tetraodon Miurus puffer. I begin by cutting a foam base for my tank to help relieve any concentrated pressure points. Next, I'm going to tape the foam to the top of the stand to help it stay in place when I place the aquarium on it. You can skip this step if you have someone to help you hold it. As I'm working on it on my own, the tape helps. Now that the tank is on the stand, it's time to stick the background on. I'm using a window tint that I got from my local hardware store. There are all sorts of aquarium backgrounds in the market. It is definitely just up to your preference. To stick the background on, I start by spraying water on the tank's surface. This will give me some room to reposition and move the background if needed. Do not be shy with the amount of water you're spraying. Then, stick the tint on. Now, I'm using a card to remove the air bubbles and water and to smooth out the background. I'm not a professional when it comes to applying aquarium backgrounds, but I try not to be too hard on myself and to take my time with it. 2021, be kind to yourself. Background on. Now let's move on to substrates. For a Miurus puffer, a sand substrate is a must as they bury themselves when they hunt, sleep, or relax. I will be using two different sizes of Congo sand because these are the only ones available at that moment. It's best to provide them with soft, small grained sand. As you can see here, the small size grain has a neutral pH while the M-sized sand buffers the pH level. Tetraodon Miurus thrives in the pH level between 6.5 and 7.5. I had adjusted mine to around 7. If you're trying to increase the pH level, crushed corals help. And if you're trying to lower it, catappa leaves and other botanicals will help you do that. It's scape time. I am going to keep the scape very simple. You'll notice that I keep the scape very simple for my predator tanks as it makes tank maintenance easier on myself. I try not to cover too much of the bottom part to ensure Calcifer gets more room to wallow. To finish the hardscape off, I'll be adding a piece of driftwood from Calcifer's old tank, as he really loves to hang around this piece very much. As sand substrates do not contain any sort of nutrients, I'll be using root taps to help with the plant growth. I'll be adding in Crinum calypstratum to the scape as I have them laying around in my other tanks, and as this plant is also found in Miurus puffer's natural habitat. And just like that, the scape is done. Time to fill the tank up with dechlorinated water. Avoid pouring the water directly on top of the substrate. As you can see here, the water is very cloudy due to the very fine sand substrate I'm using. The sand will settle, however, for very fine sand substrates, it will take a couple of water changes to completely remove the cloudiness. Or you can wash the sand prior to pouring them into your aquarium. To speed up the cycling process, I'll be seeding my tank with established cycle biomedia from my older tank. Ensure to submerge the cycled biomedia in tank water at all times to prevent from killing your bacterial colony. As for filtrations, I am using an AquaClear 110. It's always better to overfilter than to underfilter, especially for carnivorous fish. I've also went on and added a heater in. The Miurus puffer prefers a temperature of 25 to 26.5 degrees Celsius or 77 to 79.7 degrees Fahrenheit. A puffer's tank is never complete without a lid on. Puffers are jumpers, so I highly recommend one. I am using tank dividers as a lid for this tank. I'm also securing the lid on with suction cups. If you've been with us for a while now, you know I love aquarium plants, and as this tank has very little of it, I've decided to place a pothos plant on top of the tank. Pothos plants make excellent biological filtration for your tank. They help absorb and remove nitrates, their root system makes an excellent cover for fish, and they look great aesthetic-wise. However, please be mindful of cats and other pets when placing this plant as they may harm your pets, especially cats, when ingested. It's time to test the tank. It's been about 3 days now and the tank is finally cycled. Cycling process may differ, so do use a test kit to ensure your tank is well cycled. I went on and added another piece of rock to prevent the mahang leaves from floating. Ideally, in aquascapes, it is best to place an odd number of rocks or stones to make it seem more natural. However, as this tank is not a competition tank, you best believe I'm placing an even number in. If you've been with Beefishy for a while now, you'll remember we had two potato boys, Calcifer and Wolf. So what exactly happened to Wolf? When I received them both, the initial plan had always been to rehome one as I don't have enough room for both of them. So over the months, I had been scouting for a suitable home for Wolf and finally found one. Wolf is rehomed to a biotope tank specialist, Mr. Hazy Kim. In 2020, he had placed top 50 in the International Biotope Aquarium Design Contest. He's kind enough to accept Wolf and is planning an exciting Congo biotope tank for him. Needless to say, Wolf is in good hands and in much better hands, I must say. Do subscribe to Hazy Kim's YouTube channel to keep up with the updates. Thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll be updating the other tanks' status in the following weeks, so do like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content, and especially don't forget to comment down below as I love hearing your thoughts and reading your comments. Until then, see you next time!